Alright, we have our next author, Mr. Wrong. There's quite a list here. A little bit confused to see which ones I guess it's here. Yeah, here we go. Well, we will read another ones from them very soon, but looks like we haven't read. We have read one, and it looks like this is one list of amended documentation. So we have read one of the Schrodinger's kitty. No, that's that one I'm reading right now. Never mind. Bunton, which was like 1186. That is way back then. Ooh, okay. So, Mr. Wrong, you wrote Misconception of a Brainchild. Lovely name, lovely title. Let's get into it. Misconception of a Brainchild. Of the class Euclid Special Containment Procedures, SB2144 is to be kept in an open air enclosure at Site 37. The walls surrounding said enclosure are to have windows built in, and a gatehouse built along the walls is to serve as an access point. As observation posts is to be established along the perimeter of the enclosure. At all times, a guard is to be stationed in the observation post to watch over SB2144. An auxiliary group of up to 3 guards are to be on standby, in case the assigned guard is unavailable for observation duty. Guards on duty are to rotate in shifts of 2 hours apiece. See document, I'm just going to say -O, even though it's not, I know it's not an O, but I'm just going to say it like that. For observation duty schedule. If SCP-2144 is required to be transported from the enclosure, it is to be placed in a hermetically sealed container with radiation shielding and air pumps installed. On one side of the container is to be transparent, such that SCP-2144 may be observed by personnel. An electrocardiogram, ECG, and automated defibrillator are to be attached to SCP-2144, with the defibrillator set to activate when its heart rate is below 30 beats per minute. If defibrillation fails to increase heart rate, voltage may be increased. Personnel handling SCP-2144 are to wear level A hazmat suits. Prior to opening the container, the pre-installed air pump is to be activated to remove hydrogen cyanide, HCN, present in the container. Canisters filled with HCN are to be disposed of as per standard non-anomalous waste disposal protocols. View original special containment procedures. Oh, there was another one. Okay, what do we have here? Special containment procedures SCP-2144 is to be kept in a modified size S animal containment cell at Site 37, equipped with hermetically sealed walls, radiation shielding, and an air pump. A surveillance camera is to be. I'm gonna say it a little bit different, just to like give it myself some spice here, because like I've been sitting like the same the whole time. Radiation shielding and air pump. A surveillance camera is to be set up to observe SCP-2144. A transparent glass window is placed to allow direct observation of SCP-2144. An ECG and automated defibrillator are to be attached to SCP-2144, with the defibrillator set to activate when its heart rate is below 30 ppm. If heart rate fails to increase after defibrillation, voltage may be increased, and research staff assigned to SCP-2144 are to be notified immediately. Once per week, a containment engineer is to maintain the structural integrity of the cell and repair any damage to it. Prior to opening the cell, all personnel handling SCP-2144 or the cell are to wear level A hazmat suits, and the air pump is to be activated to remove HCN present in the cell. When not in the cell, SCP-2144 is to be placed in a hermetically sealed container with an air pump pre-installed and radiation shielding. The ECG and automated defibrillator are to remain attached to SCP-2144. One side of the container is to be transparent, such that SCP-2144 may be observed. Prior to opening the container, the pre-installed air pump is to be activated to remove HCN present in the container. Canisters filled with ACN are to be disposed of as per standard non-anomalous waste disposal protocols. Okay, so there are 2 containment procedures, but let's see what it actually is. And also, of course, the other one's the old one. So, description: SCP-2144 is a creature resembling a specimen of Felis catus, domestic cat. It stands at about 25 centimeters in height, and its head-to-tail length is about 80 centimeters. SCP-2144 does not possess a reproductive system, and there are no signs of neutering performed on it. Only humans are capable of interacting with SCP-2144. Other animal species, including F. catus, are unable to detect or recognize SCP-2144's existence. I feel bad for the cat, because, like, imagine seeing another cat and you want to, like, you know, interact with it, play with them, fight against them, but they don't even, like, realize you're there. They don't even pay attention to you. SCP-2144 exhibits different anomalous properties based on it being an open space or an enclosed space. Define a system enclosed by walls or similar structures in the 4 general direction and directly above. That space would no longer be considered enclosed if there is at least one open aperture present in the boundaries whereby SCP-2144 can move through. While SCP-2144 is an open space, it is animate, despite lacking a heartbeat. In addition, it also does not require nutrients or respiration. In this state, SCP-2144 can only be perceived via direct observation by a human. Its image cannot be captured on photographs or video, requiring direct observation by a human to perceive it. Similarly, sounds produced by it can only be heard directly by a human observer and are unable to be recorded. SCP-2144 mass is unable to be measured. Scales regularly register its mass as 0.0 kilograms. So literally everything except human beings do not seem to realize that the cat's there. However, personnel who had held SCP-2144 estimate its mass to range from 2 to 5 kilograms. In terms of behavior, SCP-2144 is shown to be lively while in an open space and typically moves about whenever it can. It can also tend to avoid approaching any doors, windows, or similar openings in the vicinity. Thus, SCP-2144 shows a level of resistance towards attempts to place it in containers or cells. When SCP-2144 is in an enclosed space, it ceases all movement and remains immobile until it is removed from the space. Almost like a taxidermy cat that comes back to life. Its heartbeat and respiration can only be detected while under the state. Notably, its heart rate usually starts at about 200 beats per minute. That is fucking fast, and slowly declines over time. Estimations suggest that it takes about 48 hours for asystole to occur. Furthermore, SCP-2144 image can be photographed in this state. Its mass can be recorded in this state, although measurements are inconsistent and range from 1.6 kilograms up to 5.2 kilograms. During the state, trace amounts of beta particles and gamma radiation are detected within the enclosed space. Hydrogen cyanide, HCN, is also spontaneously generated within the enclosed space via transmutation, aided by the ionizing radiation generated. HCN samples taken record a concentration of approximately 300 milligrams per meter in the power of 3, which is capable of killing an average human within 10 to 16 minutes. However, SCP-2144 is resistant to the toxic effect of HCN and is shown to be capable of inhaling HCN. Generation of HCN ceases when SCP-2144 is removed from the enclosed space. SCP-2144 was first found in the residence of Jason Schmidt in Berlin, Germany on 2003, where said individual had died of cyanide poisoning. A teaching assistant affiliated with Humboldt University of Berlin's Faculty of Mathematics and Natural Sciences. 1. Biology, Chemistry, and Physics. Gotcha. Hydrogen cyanide and gamma radiation were detected from within his residence. SCP-2144 was also present in the scene and was initially believed to be dead. Its anomalous properties were revealed when it returned motion after removal from the residence. Foundation agents subsequently recovered SCP-2144 under the guise of hazard control and began containment of it. A cover story of a murder attempt on Schmidt was disseminated to the Berlin police, and his residence was decontaminated afterwards. I'll say it again differently. And then one, when initially found, it was wearing a collar with a note attached to it. The item deemed non-anomalous and is kept in the non-anomalous item storage sector at Site 37. Text of the following note has been translated from German. Dear Jason, it's been 9 months, but our baby's finally here. Look at the fruits of our labor and notice every idea has its right to exist. Please tell what you think of it tonight. Love, Mel. And here I have another footnote. God, fucking there's so many. Interview with Schmidt, peers, and family claimed no knowledge of any individual referred to as Mel. In light of additional data elicited from SCP-2305, Mel is currently believed to be an Oneroi, or an equivalent of which, who is associated with and/or the creator of SCP-2144. Proposed to contact Mel via SCP-990 and /or Mobile Task Force Omicron Rho, the Dream Team, are currently under review. Addendum 2. Attempts to defibrillate. It's not that hard of a word, man. SCP-2144 are noted to be increasingly difficult with each attempt. So you cannot do it too often. Thus far, higher voltage has been utilized successfully to prevent asystole. Dr. Johann Wolfgang hypothesis that SCP-2144 may be adapting to electric shocks applied on it. Oh, great. That's not good. Then number 3. As of 2003, SCP-2144 special containment procedures have been revised. Dr. Yuan has issued the following memorandum in regards to this update. Upon the board's review of SCP-2144's current special containment procedures, we express concerns over the effectiveness of its regular defibrillation. While current stance is to increase voltage to prevent possible self-termination, there's a limit as to how far it can go on. There may come a point where a significantly high voltage will electrocute SCP-2144 or it will be forced to flatline. As such, procedures have been updated to alter SCP-2144's living space, to give it a little breathing space. Outside the box, it is not inherently dangerous. Ideas are dangerous on their own that falls down to their treatment by others, i.e. us. And this creature is an idea, a flawed idea, but it exists still, and we're not letting it go out for being correct in the real world. Do not worry about the possibility of SCP-2144 escaping. Based on behavioral studies of SCP-2144, it appears to instinctively avoid all doors and windows, perhaps thinking that another box is beyond those doors and windows. It clearly does not like being locked in a box after all. Ideas are meant to wander about. Nice. Little kitty, go wander. Be free. Don't become frozen, basically. Frozen time. That was Misconception of a Brainchild. Okay. Interesting that the title was that. Oh, I'm getting hungry again. No, I should not be too hungry. If I eat now, then it's going to screw me over when I go running tomorrow morning. It's going to happen nonetheless.